imagination you can draw. Pictures can't tell a story, they can capture it all. Visit the library, read a book each day, and we have a story you can illustrate. Find a subject you like and then jump in and explore. You'll find yourself reading more and more. Every time you go there, you get more smart. When you're done at the library, you can help with our arts. Mr. Deweese has a story, but he needs your help. There aren't any pictures that can go on the shelf. Help from friends and your imagination too. You can make an illustration and we'll say thank you. You can make an illustration and we'll say woo-hoo. You can make an illustration and we'll say yabba-dabba-doo.
Hey! Great to see you again. You like our hairstyles? What do you think, Miss Smith?
It looks like you're signing up for the military.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, yes, ma'am. Anyways, this is our summer illustration project. Boys and girls, I am your art teacher, Mr. Castiglioni.
And I'm your other art teacher, Miss Smith.
And I'm not your art teacher, I'm Mr. Deweese.
He's our reading resource teacher. And he wrote this awesome story.
Yes, and do you remember what we do? Each episode, I read a page from the story. Your job is to listen carefully and come up with an illustration that will match what I've just read. This episode is dedicated to our third graders.
Third graders.
Third graders, are you ready? I'm going to open up and read page 6.
Awesome. I'm ready.
As we're walking through our orchard towards the cow, she proceeds to tell me the plan. She tells me that after we open the gate to the pasture, I will stand back from the gate opening and she will chase the cow towards me. I'm serious. That is actually what she said. She assures me, once Blackie reaches me, it will turn and head into the field. Can you imagine the look on my face? All I'm thinking is that it will barrel right over me and I'll end up looking like Flat Stanley.
I got a picture in my head from that. Don't you, Miss Smith?
I do.
But my imagination's a little cloudy.
Yeah.
Because you said orchard in that.
Yes, I did.
And I've heard of, there's
I thought
grapes.
apples.
Oh,
And
see.
you thought.
I was thinking grapes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what kind of orchard did you have in your imagination?
We had apple trees, cherry trees,
Oh.
pear trees. I'd say, like in my notes here on page 6, I kind of envisioned a mom and a child walking through this orchard, and maybe we're viewing them from a distance. And I think we had about like 16 trees, maybe 4 of each fruit.
Okay.
That's pretty descriptive. I can
Right.
picture that.
But lots of possibilities.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah, so let's get the kids inspired. We'll show you 2 ideas to get you started, and you can build off of our ideas, or you can change what we show you. This is not what you have to do, but sometimes it helps to have a little inspiration, doesn't it, Miss Smith?
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. So are you guys ready? Here we go. You got any ideas, Miss Smith, to inspire the kids?
Well, on this page, he says that he wants the mom and child walking through an orchard talking.
Right, yeah.
Right, so I'm thinking that I'm going to show them from behind because that's how my other drawings work.
Got it.
I think that I'm going to start with the horizon line.
Okay.
And maybe a little pathway.
Oh, very nice.
Okay. And in my orchard, top of my orchard, I'm going to have my fence. Yeah. And the wires is going through them. Another wire. And I think I'm going to have maybe some apple trees in my orchard. I should have drawn that first.
Wait. Oh, yeah, that would have been a good idea.
Yeah, because now I have.
Well,
that
that's why
going
you
through.
sketch before you do your final drawing.
Yeah. But just think of some trees. There are apple trees. There are pear trees in the orchard. I might have even some of them hanging off.
Hey, you know what I'll do? I'll put some pictures of trees in the slideshow for
love
the kids.
that idea.
Kids, there'll be a link on the side, a slideshow of different things that could help inspire your drawing. Like I'll put apple trees and different kind of trees.
And then I'm gonna have Mom. I'm just gonna sketch her out really quickly. I'm gonna have her in a skirt, and I'm going to have him, and they're gonna be holding hands.
Oh, that's so
All
sweet.
right, mother and son. I hold my son's hand, and notice I made him smaller because I wanted to show that their feet should be about the same because they're walking on the same path.
And I noticed also the tree that's a little higher up on the page.
Yeah.
This tree is a little smaller. That makes it look
Yeah.
further away.
To help it look further away,
Man,
to put
this
some
is like-
perspective.
It's like a
What do you
magical
think?
little moment right now.
Yeah.
And you know what, Miss Smith? You don't have a lot of detail. I don't see any wrinkles in the dress,
No.
any details on the clothes or hair, but this is a good idea. It's a good starting point. Now they can change it and make it their own.
Right.
But that's a great starting point.
Thank
Man,
you.
yours is better than mine this time. I was thinking, for mine, I was just sort of thinking like a close-up of the, actually, well, no, this one should be, one of them should be taller. So maybe I'll make the kid's head lower. I was thinking a close-up. And then they're just sort of talking, right? And they're sort of looking out. And I was just imagining a lot of expression on their faces, lots of detail, and they're having a nice time talking, and then there's sort of trees sort of, faded in the background. You can see a
yeah.
hint of them. In my imagination, you can see a hint of them. Oh, I got to draw the hair. You can see a hint of the trees. Here's back to the trees. A hint of the trees, but not a whole lot. And maybe there's a path that they're on that's kind of going off into the distance. Right? It'll go underneath the lady's head and over this way. So it kind of shows a path going into the distance. It's jumping over the head, so it looks like it's behind. And then they're talking in the front. And maybe you can see that there's some kind of fruit on there.
Yeah.
Again, I'm going to put some pictures of different kinds of trees and maybe some different ways of drawing faces up on the slideshow. There'll be a link.
Plan that out.
And for this one, I'm thinking like watercolor might be beautiful. I keep saying watercolor as an idea.
But you love watercolor.
I just think it's so pretty. And I also like clay. What would you use to draw it?
Well, I'm a fan of mixed media, so I like using a little bit of everything. But I love the idea of crayon and permanent marker because it helps stay in boundaries. But watercolor I love for the sky or any type of paint because skies have different colors and you can mix them. And I think that's very beautiful.
Wow. Well, I know the kids are going to look at our ideas and they might borrow from them, but they might just make their own idea.
Yeah.
There's so many ways to draw the
Right.
same thing. But here's a starting point for you. We cannot wait to see your details on what you come up with.
To turn in your illustration, you could just wait and turn it in during art class next year.
Or you could use it as an excuse to visit one of Virginia's most spectacular libraries, the TCC Virginia Beach Joint Use Library. You have got to come here.
Just ask your parents to drive you to the Virginia Beach TCC Joint Use Library and walk to the back to the children's area. Find the golden treasure box in the back of the room and open it up.
Make sure to take out a folder from the top of the box and fill out the form inside. It has a place where you can think of a title for Mr. DeWeese's story, but you have to visit the library in order to have a say in it. Your parent is also going to need to sign this part, so don't leave that part out.
Place the form and the artwork into the folder and close the treasure box. We'll be checking in every so often. I cannot wait to see your work.
If you forget exactly what to do, don't worry. The librarians are very helpful. Just ask them for help, and they will show you what to do and where to go.
Now, if you're not from Virginia Beach, Virginia, but you still want to make an illustration for Mr. DeWeese's story, you can simply ask for your parents' help to take a nice photograph of your work. Take the photo and email it to me, Mr. Castiglioni, at landstownart@gmail.com. Be sure to let me know who you are and where you're from. I can't wait to see what you come up with.
It's time.
It is time.
But I'm really interested to see what's going to happen because of the way our hair is now.
I'm not sure we planned this out very good.
Well,
Because what episode is this? This is episode 6, right?
What else can you do?
Well, I mean, we don't have it fully shaved off. Maybe there's, I don't know. We'll see what it lands on.
okay.
Okay.
So it's time for the Don't Cut Reading or Art Out of Your Life Haircut Spinning
Wheel!
Absolutely the most ridiculous segment of the show.
All right, here it goes. Oh! Wow, look at this. Wait a minute.
That's impossible.
We're going to have to grow some hair next week, or next episode, Mr. DeWeese.
How are you
I'll
going
try.
to do that?
I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. Make sure to tune in next time to find out what happens with our hair. And the reason we do this is because we want you guys to make the best illustrations of your whole life. We want to take care of Mr. Dewey's here, right?
Help me out, right?
This book has got to have the very best illustrations, so take your time with them, okay? As a matter of fact, to help you with inspiration, we've got some interviews at the bottom of the screen. You can just click the links to learn a little bit about how children's illustrators really do their thing. We've got interviews from real children's book illustrators like Nora Hild, Helena Bogosian, Silvia Cheung, Wendy Rasmussen, and Pat and Robin DeWitt, and maybe even more. I'm getting contacted all the time by illustrators who think this is a really fun and interesting project and they want to help inspire you. These illustrators made the videos just for you guys, so I really hope you'll check them out. Remember, the links are underneath us, okay? Mr. DeWeese,
Yes.
we are at an amazing library. Aren't we, Miss Smith?
It's awesome.
Yeah, and it's beautiful too. And they have so many resources, don't they?
Yes, and don't forget you can check out the video clips that they've made about the library. You've had an opportunity to see 5 already, and today they'll have the 6th installment of it. Maybe there'll be something that you're like, whoa, I did not know they had that at the library.
Right, I'm learning things myself.
Yeah, so don't forget to check that out, and anytime you get a chance, come up here and visit. It's a great place, wonderful resources.
Awesome.
It's great for the whole family.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, until next time, happy illustrating.
Bye.
Bye.
Hi guys, why don't you follow me? I don't know about you, but when I read books, I have all sorts of different genres that I like to read. And I also like to read graphic novels, so I want to show you some of the different things that we have in the library. Come with me. We've got nonfiction. This is where all our new nonfiction is. I love reading nonfiction books to learn about new facts. In addition to that, we also have chapter books, and I'm going to show you back where the graphic novels are, which is a really fun genre to explore if you haven't already. You can also, we've got comic books in the library also. Right back here, this is where our graphic novels are, right in the chapter book section. So you can read fun things like Baby Mouse by Jennifer Holm, if you haven't read these. I love these. They're funny, they are silly, and the pictures tell the story just as much as the words do. We've got Star Wars and all sorts of other graphic novels. So this is a fun new genre. If you haven't looked at these already, come check them out, see what you think. And if you have already read graphic novels, we have new ones coming in every day. So come to the library and check out some more. Bye.